shit.
So no, don't shit through the day, yeah?
Oh my God,
all this should be over in the morning.
Oh, you don't talk about stuff like that.
See, one reason why soil in the world has gone bad is there are only two sources of organic content.
Okay.
Plant life and animal life. Plant life is gone because we want to plow every inch of the soil. Animal life is gone and because the machines have come. The problem with the machines is they don't shit.
Hold on a second. This conversation started with something else. You are actually telling me about the benefits of…
Oh,
excreta?
The benefits of you dropping your excreta from your body are many. One thing is your body will be clean. Another thing is it has a lot to do with your mind. If you go to any Ayurvedic doctor or Siddha Vaidya, first thing, no matter what's your problem, first thing he will do is to purge you. Because a clean colon is very important for everything in your body, particularly clarity of your mind.
No doubt that.
So right now the problem is this, we have forgotten that there is a carbon cycle, out of which we are just one link in that. Out of that, soil is a major link in this carbon cycle. What you call as life is a carbon cycle. Now that carbon cycle, the major link of carbon cycle, which is the soil, has become very weak because there is no litter, either green litter from the trees and plants or the litter from the animals. Both are gone out of the farmlands. So this is the main problem. If you don't put back organic content, the organisms in the soil, which amount to, if you take a handful, there are 8 to 10 billion organisms in that. They have no food to eat because there is no litter.
Okay, hold on.
Or in your words, there's no shit out there.
Hold on, I was going all paranoid.
It looks like all the young people are holding shit in their head, they're constantly spitting it out.
Don't say that, don't say that. But okay, so here we are at World Economic Forum and I was getting great and I've sort of run into the brilliant Sadhguru who's now giving me some gyan and this is going to be a very shitty conversation.
No, no, because things should go out of right orifices, it's very important, it shouldn't come out of our mouth.
Right.
But I'm saying there is not enough litter, green litter and animal litter, which you can call as animal shit, but the machines don't shit, that's a serious problem. There is no organic content in the soil.
Right.
That means no food for the organisms.
Got it.
So on an average, 27,000 species, you must get this number right, not 27,000 creatures, 27,000 species of organisms are going extinct per year. At this rate, in another 25 to 40 years, we'll reach a place where it'll not be able to regenerate, we will not be able to regenerate the soil.
Wow.
That is why the Save Soil movement.
Yeah, and is that the message you've got for the World Economic Forum here as well?
For everybody, whether you're in the Economic Forum or elsewhere, for the world, this is the message. Right now we're trying to move 60% of the adult population in the world to educate them. This is as simple as this, something has to go back into the soil. If nothing goes back, it dies.
Right. So as we have this conversation, Sadhguru, here in this very gorgeous Davos, by the way, it's not white this time
That's
around.
because you are this year, otherwise it will be cold and shivering.
It's very wonderful this time around, right?
Full of flowers.
Nice, full of flowers, full of life here as well. Tell me, Save Soil is of course one of the key agendas that you've got to World Economic Forum. What else are you looking forward to when we come here at this global platform?
See, right now, as you know, I'm in the middle of this ride from London to southern India through 27 nations, 30,000 kilometers I'm riding at this age. So, some journalist was asking me in Tbilisi, at this age, how do you ride 30,000 kilometers?
Yeah, do tell.
I said, see, I've lived my life so intensely, I've never had the time to get old. This is the problem with me. You need time to get old, right? Never give time, you will never get old.
So you are keeping yourself very busy, riding across the world, talking about soil.
Already done 25 nations.
Already done 25 nations, and here you are at Davos really taking this agenda forward. So it's my first time at Davos as well, and I was looking forward to say key conversations that are really unfolding. I always want to wonder, how do you introduce yourself, say, to big leaders, etc.? Do you call yourself a yogi?
Maybe
do you call yourself…
When I came here first time in 2006, well, I had to introduce myself or people introduced me. And I remember one particular CEO was very resentful. What is a mystic doing in the economic forum?
Exactly my point! Exactly my point!
So, I asked him, what's your business? He said, we are the second largest computer manufacturing company.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to name them, but in 3 months they got bought over by the Chinese anyway.
Ouch!
So I said, see, it doesn't matter what you do, what is your business, whether you're making computers or safety pins, doesn't matter what. Essentially, your business is about human well-being. You have forgotten that. But that's my business too, that's why I'm here.
Nice, I like that answer. And now here when people are… conversations are happening
Now I
around
don't need an introduction,
Web3,
there's nobody who…
crypto, all of that, like how do you put your mind to it? Is that something that dominates conversations?
All those things are there, but you know, right now nobody will talk about crypto in this space now because in the last 2 weeks they're boom.
So you keep an update then?
I don't lose money because I don't have money.
What do you know about crypto? You know how it's working, you know there's been a bloodbath of late. The various interests of Sadhguru are emerging out right now.
I live on this planet, so I know what happens on the planet. People ask me, how did I become an eco-scientist or a soil scientist? I am not a soil scientist, I am not an ecologist, I am not even an activist. I am like a worm. I've crawled on this planet for 6.5 decades. So I know what happens. What happens to soil happens to me, what happens to air happens to me. I don't read. I'm just sensitive to life. Because most people, majority of the people don't live on this planet, they live in their head, okay? Because I got nothing in my head, I just live on this planet, so what happens here is very, very obvious to me.
So, tell me this, you're not a soil scientist, you said, and the conversations are just about life, right? But here, right now, one of the dominating issues at World Economic Forum this time is also the environmental cost that has been born because of the pandemic and the times to come. Various reasons really for it. Is that a major concern for you and how do you see that unfolding?
See, it is a concern and at the same time, I must tell you, I was here in 2008 for the second or third time at that time. And there was a certain amount of recession in the Western markets and everybody was in a depressive mode. And all billionaires in depressive mode. So then they asked me to handle a session called Recession and Depression. I said, recession is bad enough, you don't need depression on top of it. But right now the way we have built this economic engine is, if it fails, we'll be depressed. If it succeeds, we'll be damned. So this is how we built it. So what is your option?
So what's the balance?
So the balance is just this. Fundamentally, we need to understand, human societies are like this. They are right now like that famous potato farmer that I've been making him famous, okay? So one potato farmer wanted to eat apples. He went to the right tree. He went there, but out of sheer habit, he started digging the ground for apples. He didn't find any, he became furious, he dug furiously. Then the tree came down upon him. This is the human story right now, that all this is being done, the damage to the planet is being done not because there is one evil force somewhere planning how to destroy this planet. There's no such thing. It is in pursuit of human happiness and well-being, in pursuit of happiness, we're ripping the planet apart. In last 100 years, we have ripped the planet apart in so many ways. Are we any happier? No, people are neurotic, whole lot of people.
But never before has conversation around environment been so dominant.
That's why I'm saying, because in last 100 years, we have done what human beings had not done in last 10,000 years. Because of technological prowess, our ability to do things has gone up. But our compulsive nature has not gone out because we are still in pursuit of happiness. So the simple thing is this, whether you are happy or unhappy, it happen only within you. Pain and pleasure happen only within you. Joy and misery happen only within you. Agony and ecstasy happen only within you. So when whole human experience happens within you, you are digging for apples in the ground. That's your problem, you're a potato farmer digging for apples.
Yeah, so talking about mental illness then, what is your recommendation to this very restless generation?
This will upset many people. I've upset many people in this issue, but I again repeat that for all of their well-being's sake, out of my concern for them, I'm saying, see, there are some people who are pathologically ill, that's unfortunately beyond them. There are genetic aspects, there are other aspects. Unfortunately, they have to go for medication, treatment, various things are there. But largely, you need to understand, you will start as stress, then anxiety, and then next and next and next. There are 72 varieties of mental ailments labeled.
So what's the cure?
One of them, I was recently in conversation with top psychiatrists in UK, they are saying nose picking is one of them, compulsive nose picking. So I'm saying, essentially, it is just this. Because we have not taken charge of our faculties right from childhood, there is no such training, your own intelligence turns against you. Your thought and your emotion is freaking you out. This is because, suppose your hand starts hitting you, you can call this an ailment or you can call this compulsive behavior. So compulsiveness in the mind is happening because there is no training about how to take charge of your intelligence.
I agree what you're saying about the internal aspect of it all and understanding what's unfolding within you. But when one does come to that realization, what's the step forward from there?
There are enough tools to fix that, all right? It is just that, you know, yesterday I was talking to somebody and a journalist in UAE, she's interviewing me, and she says, Sadhguru, I'm, in this pandemic time with 2 children, I'm so stressed and anxious. In the part of she's recording, she says, can you give me a tip? I said, how long should the tip be? She said, it's okay, even if it's 30 seconds, it's okay.
I'll give you 1 minute.
No,
You can take 1 minute.
I'll tell you now. See, your health, mental health, physical health, your happiness, your well-being, if it's only worth 30 seconds, you will not have it. To learn the alphabet, you took many years. To learn the words, you took more years. To form a sentence, you took more years. To understand literature, you took 25 years. But to fix your well-being, you want to do it in 30 seconds. Obviously, it's not a priority, it's not going to happen to you.
I see. So we're not getting any 1 minute tip, guys, from Sadhguru.
So
if you thought he's going to give you some mantra
No,
to
that is because I am not that kind of person who just wants to do something with you which doesn't work. If I do something, it should work because I don't want to invest my life in anything that doesn't work. I am not that kind. I will not invest 1 minute of my life that doesn't work for somebody. What's the point of that? So I'm saying, if you want well-being, at least I'm saying, 30 hours of focused time you give me will give you simple tools with which you can turn yourself around and you understand human experience is caused from within, not from outside. Right now, you are doing shit out there. If I take that as an abuse and react, or if I say something that you take it as an abuse and react, you must understand the words that somebody utters and the acts that others do, they do what they do. Why are they doing it? Because that's all they know in their lives. But it's all about how you respond, right? So whatever nonsense I say need not affect your well-being, but because you will react to me, I can drive you crazy. But if you respond to me consciously, you will be who you are. So this itself has not come into people's lives. They're in violent reactions to everything happening around them. Your life will never be yours.
Wow. Not everybody's shitty conversations end up with Sadhguru. I'm very glad mine ended up with you. Thank you so much for giving us your time and talking to us.
About that word also, finish that in the morning, don't drag it through the day. You know, I must tell you this, once many years ago, I'm talking like nearly 40 years ago, okay? One person came from Australia. I was in Mysore. So I was supposed to take this, Mysore is a touristy town, take this person around. So, sitting on my motorcycle, if I ride fast, I hear the word shit. If I brake, shit. If they see something, oh shit. If they eat something, it's very spicy, shit. Then I looked at this, what's happening through the day? You're chanting shit, shit, shit. I was wondering maybe she's constipated and she's trying to work it out, invoke something. But then I saw when she's getting upset, she says shit and she settles down. I thought, oh, it's working.
It is.
If anything is working, I don't want to disturb that. But you must understand there's a whole science to this. We teach people, you should not think of this as in terms of religion, this, that. There are sounds. See, sound is existential. Words and meanings are psychological. Yes? See, right now, if I say a word that you do not know, it's just a sound, isn't it? If I speak in another language, it's just a word. But meaning is, if I speak a language that you don't understand but she understands, she will make meaning. For you, it's just a sound. So, you should not look at the meaning. The sound is powerful. So the mantra means it's the power of the sound. So we figured out with enormous observation, if you utter the sound Shiva, you can explode within you. Now we did this with enormous sadhana. But now accidentally you arrived at shit. To start with, it's about the same. So if I say this, a whole lot of devotees, my own people will get very upset. Oh, shit and Shiva, you're equating Sadhguru, how can you do it? I'm not equating this. All I'm saying is, in your head, if words are stored alphabetically, they're somewhere next to each other, all right? So that's not the point. The point is, the sounds have an impact. If you utter the sounds consciously, you can bring tremendous amount of change within yourself. You can change your fundamental chemistry. We can teach you a simple sound. Simply uttering a sound, in a few minutes you will be blissed out. Like a drug, you're blissed out.
Yeah, like sound therapy, as they say, yeah.
No, it's a mantra. It's called as Nada Yoga, using sound as a yoga.
Okay, so my takeaway from this conversation is that say whatever you like.
A little more, no, be a little more scientific. This is accidental shit. Shiva is more scientific.
Okay, so that was Sadhguru's takeaway, and a very good one at that.
And anyway, when you're among your crowd, if you can't say Shiva, you say shh. They'll think you're saying shit. And
do that again?
You say shh. So they think you're saying
shit. Did I do that right?
Yeah. Okay. Your friends will think you're saying shit and they're happy, but your body will be happy that you're saying Shiva.
Wow. That's a good tip to take away from. Thank you so much, Sadhguru. So glad I ran into you over here.